Okay, I just have to say something real quick just so that I can document it for later and get back into the conversation in a much more like official capacity, perhaps a research paper. Okay, this idea of Cesarean Sequelae, I think that the moralization of vaginal birth, to say nothing of the moralization of unmedicated vaginal birth, is extremely detrimental and devastating to birthing people. And it is my opinion that Cesarean Sequelae should have its very own classification in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, the DSM. I am not one to support or champion the pathologizing of human beings. I think that labels are for mason jars, not for people. But since everything else under the sun is recognized as a pathology in the DSM, I think it only stands to reason that we recognize and begin to include the different manifestations of pathology that that result from birth trauma or the perception of birth trauma, that result from the the distance between reality and our expectations of birth. Let's have a look at this, everybody, because women are getting caught out, and children are being devastated as well, because women who do deliver or birth healthy children are in states of absolute grief and mourning and severe post-traumatic stress. But I have to ask, and this is happening with living healthy children, and so this is devastating to the children, to the relationship with the significant other, and I'm specifically talking about the Cesarean Sequelae. And I'm asking us to hold space for the devastation of the moralization of vaginal birth. Okay? And I think that if we bridge the gap and narrow the space between reality, which is whatever way we end up actually birthing, and our expectation that it should be this way, and we should all over ourselves. We should all over ourselves. This should be like this. I should have had it like that. My body is broken. My spirit wasn't strong enough. I didn't listen to my hypnobirthing CDs enough. We've got to get really, really, really critical and look and use our discernment of our eyes here and our eyes here. Wait, where's the heart? Here. And really just be honest. How many women do you know who feel or birthing people rather, do you know that feel absolutely devastated? Devastated. Because they couldn't or didn't have a vaginal birth. Do you think that those women deserve to have peace in their lives? Do you think that their children deserve to have mothers who are present in their lives and not completely devastated and traumatized because of the gap that their significant others deserve to, have their loved one present and not suffering. I'm not trying to minimize the perception of trauma. I'm saying that we have to ask ourselves, what is the culprit here of the trauma? Is it an actual physical violation that happened? It could be. Or is it the idea that you were forced and coerced into a way of birthing your baby that you did not intend for, that you did not expect or want, and that your expectations led you into a place of being completely devastated when it didn't happen? That's called Cesarean Sequelae. And if anybody wants to learn more about that, check out Birthed in Betrayal, and I'll be publishing research paper, one that I will be writing and others that have been written before me. All right? Because we don't need to reinvent the wheel. There's been a lot of work on this. Not a lot, actually. I'm that's a damn lie. There has not been enough work, and there needs to be more work. And I'm calling on people of goodwill in academia, in the fields of psychology, in the fields of birth trauma, in the fields of, you know, helping improve birth for women. I'm calling on all people of goodwill now to come together and let's look at this. Let's look at this together. Okay? Thank you for listening.